hardcore.
Hello, everybody. This is Team Renegade. I'm Artemiis here.
This is Alex here.
This is Auras.
And we are bringing to you today Better Than Wolves, the 2-second versions that this is a total conversion for the game Minecraft that makes it insanely difficult. Right now I'm playing on a single save file that has been passed along through many of the more well-known players of Better Than Wolves on their own forums, and it's finally my turn to take a crack at this save. Now there's a couple of obstacles. One, Better Than Wolves is insanely hard, as I've said. And two, my spawn seems to have put me in a jungle. So we're not actually sure that this run is going to last very long. In fact, it may be about 2 seconds before I'm slaughtered by something or other.
That's the
But
point.
in the meantime, we're going to see just how much of an epic slaughter we can come up with here. So, let's see what we've got. Alright, we are in. As I said, we're going to get stuck in the middle of a jungle immediately. As with vanilla Minecraft, the immediate objective is going to be to gather as much wood as possible. However, this is going to be made much more difficult because your fist is not nearly as effective about punching wood as it used to be. No, there are a lot of different, like in vanilla Minecraft, there are a lot of different biomes. The reason I'm in the jungle here is one of the many hardcore features of Better Than Wolves is that when you die, you're sent to one of somewhere between 10 and 20 predetermined locations in a massive radius around the point 0, 0.
Okay.
And because you're finding coordinates, essentially your inbuilt GPS in Minecraft is disabled for Better Than Wolves, you don't actually know where you are. So since, as I've said, there have been a lot of other players playing through this save file so far, there have been a lot of spawn points cycled through, and the one I happened to get for my turn was this jungle bordering on a desert, it would appear. As far as, unfortunately, this save is in large biomes, which is a vanilla Minecraft term, which basically means shit goes on forever, and that I'm not going to get out of this predicament just by choosing a random direction and walking like I would under normal Minecraft settings. I would have appreciated for the map to be balanced in normal biome size, but like I said, this is turn 14 or 15 or something by this point, so we're obviously not going to scrap the save. One of the things that makes this run-through interesting, potentially, is that, like I said, with so many players having come on it before me, there is the possibility of running into people's creations near different spawn points. However, that also comes with its downside, in that those players will have also depleted the animals in the area, and unfortunately, in Better Than Wolves, food is not respawning. Animals do not just randomly teleport into the world, so even if you are the most skilled player of vanilla Minecraft imaginable, you're likely to die to starvation in Better Than Wolves by doing simple tasks like running around and jumping. So, in normal Minecraft, you would be dropping logs from this tree. You would be making those logs into wood planks into sticks, and immediately create a full set of wood tools, so you could go mining right away. In Better Than Wolves, we're going to immediately encounter the problem of the complete weakness of wood as a material. Yes. In Better Than Wolves, there is no ability to turn off mob spawns. Peaceful has been recently disabled. The biggest threat in the jungle is something called the jungle spider. It's a little bit like a cave spider for those of you who play vanilla Minecraft. It's green, it causes you food poisoning instead of regular poisoning, and they build little pit traps at the bottoms and tops of very large trees. So if you were looking around when I first got into here, what we did was we made sure to get on the edge. We're by an ocean period here, so hopefully we won't attract the attention of any nasty little jungle spiders. I was saying about there's been some serious reworking to the early game tools. You can only build, out of wood, you can only build picks and shovels. So what we're going to do is we're going to build 2 wooden picks, which will get us the small, sad amount of just 2 stone pieces, and we'll use those stone to make an axe. And that axe will let us get more wood, so that we can eventually create wooden picks and start going into the tech tree as you would expect it. Over to the left of the screen, you can see a tiny jungle spider on the top of that massive tree jumping around. So that's one of the guys we're going to be avoiding. They are 1 block by 1 block big, and they will mess you up.
I was about to ask how big they were.
Right. So their small size creates quite a problem.
The worst part being that they can actually go through makeshift doors and holes, so you can't really defend yourself well against them.
Exactly. Exactly. Especially at this state in the game where I don't even have anything to defend myself. So
Absolutely.
now I can't simply go through the water because there is another new threat in the water in that squids have become krakens or hatseas, depending on how you look at it. They will attach themselves to your face and suck your life force dry. They are no longer a peaceful thing. More or less. In fact, Hunger Games it is, because as you'll see, if I had to bet in any other biome besides the jungle here, I would imagine I'd probably... Oh gods, there's another one back there. Just crawling around, incognito, minding his own business.
Until you get close.
Until I get close enough and cross his invisible aggro lane. Check for hatseas. No hatseas in sight. Notice they have like tentacles or something that can reach you from a couple blocks away. It's really quite cool. Okay, so we're at a little piece of the shore here. It's not a very defensible position, but it's better than standing at the base of the tree. My character is Utakata from Naruto. Quite enjoy it. I had some expert spider make it for me a few years back, honestly. Alright, so as always, we've got our crafting bench. We're going to split our wood into some shafts, which is the new name for sticks. We're going to make 2 wooden shovels, or 2 wooden picks, rather, enough to get that 2 stone we mentioned. And we're going to finish with a wooden shovel, for the reasons I'll explain in a second here. Finally, there's an add-on to Better Than Wolves called the Research Bench. We're going to go ahead and create one of those with a single wood plank because it will tell us useful hints about items, such as this oak sapling. It looks a little bit smaller than we would expect from vanilla Minecraft. Apparently, trees here grow at a prodigious rate, which is a long way of saying trees take multiple stages of sapling to grow. And at any stage in the tech tree, check for spiders, at any stage in the tech tree, we will be able to come back to that research bench and get some basic information about items. Check for spiders, check for hatseas. Alright, let's get down here. Dirt is actually one of the most valuable resources in Better Than Wolves, which sounds surprising. However, I've mentioned that jumping takes away obscene amounts of your stamina. So the way that you get around that is you build dirt slabs. Dirt slabs are essentially just half a block high. So then you can climb on those to get wherever you want to go. And also, if you combine 2 dirt slabs together, you can get something called, well, wait, maybe it's 2... There is a recipe using dirt, which I'll find out in a moment here, which is called packed earth, and it's basically your first road-making material, which leads us to another hardcore. You can easily see the difficulty of using the tools early game. We only had like 16 or so hits, even with a wooden shovel, and now we're going to see the wooden pickaxes follow more or less the same rules. I get exactly 1 stone block, and it breaks.
So, the point of the game is clearly survival. Survival is as long as the game.
That's the point of the first half of the game. Once you've created something that would normally take only about 10 minutes in vanilla Minecraft is the objective of creating your first iron tools, especially the iron sword and the iron pickaxe. In Better Than Wolves, once you've got enough iron and taken the time to smelt it, you can start to amass a base, basically. Ooh, we'll take these emergency food sources here, mushrooms. Once you have an established base, you can start doing things like farming and making walls and things. And in Better Than Wolves, you actually add, I'll get to you in a sec, you actually add like a whole new tech tier of mechanical things. Basically the kind of stuff you'd see in, say, a medieval European village. Windmills and water wheels and mechanical power. Yeah.
Is that flour there?
Looks like more mushrooms. We do want to... The mushrooms, unfortunately, have very, very bizarre rules for how they propagate themselves. But they will become probably a very important source of... Shit!
Oh my god!
Wait a second. Wait a second. We might get him.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so we survived the initial encounter with a jungle spider, but the
are you
real...
poisoned?
Yeah, I'm poisoned. Well, poison would be over here taking away hearts, but I'm food poisoned. Which means I'm going to immediately start taking... Depending on how far it goes down, yeah, I'll essentially be losing stamina. Eventually losing my ability to jump, to run around, and leading to a slow and rather humiliating death. Oh yeah. Put our dirt slab down, our handicap access ramp. And we can immediately see how much my movement is slowed just on the penalties from being food poisoned and taking a little bit of damage. So the food poisoning's gone away. I'm exactly at half of the hunger bar. Normally I would have liked to stay a lot higher than that, but hey, we survived. It's a few more moments. So I guess right now the goal should be to continue trying to work towards getting a full set of stone tools, or at least the ones that are available, and trying to find a pig or chicken so that we can get that food healed up, because in just a few moments here, if I'm not very, very careful with how I move, I'm going to be running out of stamina, hunger points, and then I'll just be a slow trudging steps towards my death, and I probably would just drown myself, keep the Hatsies coming.
What happens if you run out of stamina and then like you encounter another spider that happens to be the person?
You will actually, well, when you run out of stamina completely, you start taking hunger damage, so your health starts decreasing anyway. Additionally, when your health gets to a certain point, which it will automatically if I'm losing it to stamina, you are essentially unable to fight. You lose your ability to jump, then to run, then to jump, then to hit with your hands, and certain other things. So, now we have an advantage having this stone axe here. I've doubled the amount of wood that I can get from planks. So if I was punching them with my fists, it would have been 11 planks from 11 logs, but since I've split them with this axe, I've got twice as many. Also, you notice these byproducts of sawdust and bark, which will be nice for cooking animals if we come across any animals. But now I'm going to start to get paranoid because it's dark and I haven't found anything yet. So now we're going to see our traditional pantheon of Minecraft mobs, spiders and skeletons and zombies alike. Which, all of those I think I can mentally handle right now, as long as they're not bloody jungle spiders. Aye.
It would be funny to put Gabriel's actions there.
Alright, so we see... Whoa! Whoa!
Oh
Whoa!
my
Shit!
God!
Shit! What are you doing? Oh, this is cruel and unusual punishment! Oh! Ambushed by a squid and a jungle spider at the same time.
How did that? No, that's terrible.
And, well, that's the breaks in this game, guys. Hardly even got to make my mark on the wood besides a single crafting table and research bench for the next player to come along. So, according to the traditional rules, this is about as far as I honestly thought I'd get here. We have one more Better Than Wolves player here. Auras is going to actually take up the gauntlet. But according to the traditional Better Than Wolves Succession game rules, what's going to happen is I need to respawn and make sure it's a completely different spawn, which it probably has not been enough time for that yet.
Oh my gosh, you spawn at night?
Yes, so as we can see, this put us back in the middle of the forest. We need to wait and properly cycle through. I believe that is the direction we came from in regards to the lake. So we're going to take a break, everybody, and we're going to let this cycle through until I can get a new spawn point. And then we'll let Auras have his go at this. It's an exciting game. It's very difficult. I encourage you all to take it up. It's hiding my complete disappointment at losing so early. Stuff, guys. Later. Alright, this is Team Renegade back for our second crack at the Better Than Wolves Succession game. This time we've got Auras in the lead, the pro at staying alive in this intense game.
I already told you I died twice in my save, although I'm not going to pay much attention to it. Alright, let's get going here. They're mapping my voyage.
Alright, second spawn is going to put us in a plain. Lots of animals. It's a fresh spawn.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's find some trees first.
Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Frickin' large biomes, man.
This could be a rather short playthrough.
Okay, there's a coast to follow, though. Oh, wait, not exactly. Yeah, stay away from the mountains. There's obsessive amounts of...
Jumping now, yeah. That's never a good idea. Stay away from the ominous caves, too. Oh, look at all these cows.
Oh, so
and sheep
many
and
animals.
If only I could just kill them and take their flesh. the ominous way of saying I wish I could eat them.
Yeah, pretty much. Break your hunger down. No! It's taking your shanks of meat! That sounded really odd. It's taking your hunger points.
It's taking my shanks. Sakari.
Well.
Bite my lip at that.
Yeah. Oh gods. Freaking large biomes. At least on the plus side, essentially any other biome possible is going to have some trees. You just have to find one.
Well, actually, it could be worse. It could be a large desert.
Oh yeah, this is true.
In
Or
which case,
actually, if it's a jungle, I think you'd be in pretty good shape.
think so.
Yeah, because you can stay on the edge of it and make like your life in the plains.
That's
here.
true. That's true.
Let's see.
Interesting.
I would definitely pick a direction and keep heading that way though.
Well, I'm just going. North.
Hey, to look at your loot. I like the
I'm
pirate
going-
speak.
Well, when I look at my loot, I'm depressed now. I have no loot. I want some loot.
Yeah, this.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting playthrough, though. It may or may not consist solely of me walking in a straight line. We will
And
wait
slowly
to see.
running out of hunger until no more jumps can be made.
Indeed.
Oh, you've got it so made too. Besides for the not being
Oh, I
balanced for
do.
hard biomes, for large biomes, this is just insane.
There's a sense of cruelty pervasive in this.
Meats everywhere, untouched land, visibility for your enemies,
And yet, no tools to get them with.
no way to start your voyage. The pirate speak lied. It's an interesting hole.
It's a good thing I didn't fall in it. That would have been hard to get out of.
Yep. I mean, you could claw at the dirt with your raw nails, but
I could.
wait,
Yeah, I
there's
suppose it-
something in the distance there. Nope, just a mountain. Oh,
A mountain.
a
he
village.
says. A village, in truth.
Oh, wait a second. There's
Sure.
glass in the village. This might not even be an abandoned village,
I don't think so.
or I think it's semi-abandoned. So in Better Than Wolves, villages that are too close to the spawn points are made to ravine. They're made to be empty, so you can't take crops from them. This is semi-abandoned, so there's still glass and wood and other useful things, just no villagers and no seeds. So no free food, unfortunately, but at least you can treat this like a tree. You can treat this like your trees for a little while.
I can.
Actually, and then you have good shelter. I'll take that. That's not bad.
Ooh, the luck, the luck. Let's
Right.
take,
I would probably get chopping.
yeah, let's get to this.
That magic number of 16 gets you your startup. If you live for more than 10 minutes, might get to skip through some of this. Wonder what we were talking about when I got dual mob ambushed, mob trapping
right.
crow version.
I can't quite remember. Nothing that matters now.
Yeah.
This is in my hands now. My very
Cocky
capable-
much?
My very capable hands. Which
Just because your hands have access to lots of meat doesn't. We're gonna changing the subject.
I have access to meat and wood.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, technically speaking, your wood supply in this village is finite,
It is. It is.
which actually makes it important to remember what direction you came from,
It
so
also
eventually
does.
you can keep wandering in search of whatever the hell biome comes next.
Hopefully something with trees.
But
A plains biome bordered on all sides by a desert biome. Then further bounded by an ocean.
How's it going?
Quite well.
he started in a massive plains, which there's animals everywhere, not too many mobs, but no
Uh-huh.
trees to get started in
Yeah,
the
if
tech
you
tree.
can see
That's
out,
you're doing better than Artemis.
Well,
Yeah.
in a sense.
He got lucky. He ran into a village. I object.
Sure, let's go with that one.
I will say there was a
It was the
substantial
Artemis.
amount
A
of
true
work
player would
involved.
be able to get out of the jungle.
The jungle was surrounded by a desert. I had no choice. Are those trees? Are those trees in the background? Is that like
Yep.
a tiger or something?
Oh!
Oh!
The luck.
You got it made. Although
A
that
village,
tiger-
a village in a plain bordered by a forest.
I feel like you should be looking behind you.
No, not at all.
I don't think
Nothing
they're-
could actually come at me right
until
now.
the first night
Okay.
passes.
Well, because monsters can only spawn below certain light levels, barring the jungle spiders. That's
They're only
yeah,
in the jungle.
Yeah.
yeah, they are only in the jungle.
Right. That would make
Whereas zombies, regular spiders, and skeletons and creepers
Endermen,
and endermen.
which are terrifying sounding now.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a vanilla change, like from 1.5 to
It was.
gods. I feel like there's something else. The wolves. It
Oh,
is
yeah, the
better
wolves.
than wolves. The wolves are fucking deadly. Which
then
is,
again, what biomes do wolves spawn in?
anything with trees.
Or
Well, taiga and forest, basically.
so not this one.
They
I'm
will
safe.
spawn in that one over there, though.
Yeah.
You will hear them, and you will be terrified.
I've heard them above my house in my playthrough. It's actually sort of terrifying.
Yeah, they howl based on the phases of the moon, and they howl to each other.
The wolves?
Yeah. And
So
they
call each other?
yeah, they literally call each other to an area.
Damn.
So like the amounts of wolves that spawn hasn't been changed, but it seems like there's millions of them because they surround you and they go "Ow."
And then you die.
And
that's awesome.
and God forbid if a wolf should ever consume zombie flesh, because
It goes just a wire.
let's just say it's terrifying. All right, and Auras hitting that magic number here, about to launch intensely into the tech tree. Only question is which building he's going to decimate.
I think I'm going to pick this one up over here. It seems to be in a nice place. Has a nice little porch. Actually, no, it's not a nice little porch. What do I want?
It's like a village?
It is
Yeah.
a village.
Huh.
Well, it was once.
On the second
the
thought, I
wolves
might not
came.
pick that.
Oh, what was in there? Was there anything in that blacksmith shop?
Ooh, actually, let's go.
What? What?
Yes!
No!
Yes!
Oh! And Auras comes across a previous player's base, instantly advancing him into the tech tree. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Oh god! Oh god! The luck! The humanity!
Oh, this is too good.
Oh. Well, I think you know what building you're gonna domesticate now. Oh, and is there a mine?
There's
Does
a mine.
it get better? Completely paved with
Why would
dirt
the player be dead
slabs.
now? What happened?
You probably got killed somewhere out in the world. I would imagine the creeper.
You know, it's true. As you got closer to this place, the amount of animals disappeared, which makes sense from the players sitting in here and zombies eating them at night.
Well, seeing as how I have actually a relatively good source of food.
This reminds me of when I played War Z with my friends and we just raid cities, terrified of zombies, but like we weren't as terrified like over the zombies as we were enemy players, because players are just vicious in that game, and they'll see you, and if they have a gun, you only have a melee weapon, they'll shoot you down and loot you.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous how evil people are. Be afraid. Be not afraid of the dead, but of the living. Seriously.
Huh. Well, the living are the wolves here.
Exactly.
What are you thinking right now, Auras?
Oh, what am I thinking?
Don't get cocky about the jumping with just because of the food though. 'cause
No,
it's
not at all.
It's still finite until you start.
If
Until
anything,
you
it's actually a
domesticate chicken.
holdover from vanilla Minecraft.
Actually. Oh wait, so you're just kind of going through normally right now.
More or less, yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, the luck of it, the random direction he picks.
So let me understand. Like, basically, you're on a server, and players who you don't see the other players, but you see their previous what they left behind.
It's
Right.
yeah, exactly. It's essentially a server that can only support one person at a time.
Okay, that's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
And it seems that I ran into one of the more skilled players on the server.
Apparently so. I wonder if this is Icy's base.
I wonder what happened to them.
I'm telling you, it was the wolves, man. It had to have been the wolves.
It's getting dark, by the way.
I know.
I think, actually, now that I know that I wasn't crazy about seeing the light in the blacksmith shop, I think I might have heard a chicken, which means there might be an egg farm in the basement of it or something.
Possibly.
And if there is, then you actually have a renewable food source and
Oh,
you're
yeah,
good
absolutely.
forever. I would also check if he had pumpkin seeds and or mushrooms.
So you get when the night comes, you can just hide here and probably be fine.
Yep.
No, absolutely.
So we'll get to actually see him going through the tech tree here and turning this place into like a livable thing.
Gotcha. That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
You are lucky, my friend.
No shit.
Luck doesn't even begin to describe it.
Oh, no, just a barely started mine. Okay.
Well, it appears he hasn't developed too much down here. That's okay, though.
Yeah.
Where will we...
Opening that
Well, the best part
chest.
of that is we got
Oh, that was
yeah.
luck. That was all pure luck.
So your target right now should be, I guess, 18 iron nuggets.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah,
see.
definitely.
There's 3 plus the 5 in there, 8. That's not a bad start.
Yeah. The first thing to do is to actually create some stone tools so I can get going with that.
Yes. Also, I would go ahead and make the research bench immediately since it's the one piece of wood, so you can help me out with the seeing what to do again.
Yeah.
You're just gonna mine here and go as deep as you can, or what?
Not necessarily. Right now I'm just gathering stone so I can actually make tools of my own later.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't actually be using the iron pickaxe for the much beyond that. It's too valuable.
For those of you who don't know, our source of our recording is in our dorm room, so that's why you will randomly see us in and out and doing homework and occasionally
Slipping through the window.
yes,
Indeed.
like a boss.
Flipping through the window.
Mostly Gabe and I.
No one can know about that.
What window?
Exactly.
There is no window. We have
No, really,
windows.
what window?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, Gabe,
Yes,
I think you're crazy.
maybe.
Oh.
I see dead wolves.
Oh.
Where's Joker?
What?
Checking the other furnaces.
Oh! How much is their total? That's a lot.
We have 4.
Okay, so one, I do object to what's happening here on one ground though.
10,
The
17,
using coal, which is a
14,
finite resource for burning the
21.
things, is not.
No, it's not. Well, in truth, this was already in here. But
Yeah, no, I know it's not you. So I would. It's essentially like one full log from a tree, like the thing you have 14 of there.
Yeah,
Is more or less cooks one piece of ore, as I recall.
I hope that the guy whose basis is watching this and is like, what a fucking asshole.
If it's Icy, he probably will see it. I'm seriously wondering.
Who's Icy?
Icy is a pretty famous Better Than Wolves player. He's done the release videos for a while. He was the one who dropped out because of the apparently traumatizing experiences of his last playthrough.
I mean, this looks like 40 days of work. That's quite the base.
Yeah, and complete with the 6 diamonds there.
You never be able to do that, correct?
Maybe depending on
See,
on what.
It's funny because Artemiis started this game a very long time ago,
Yeah,
and then
I've been here since literally day 1 of this mod, but
and then about the end of the semester, invited Auras and was like, "Hey, you should have the game out," and he just
I hear
absolutely took a shit.
zombies.
Hey, R2, you closed the door, right?
Of course.
There was this one playthrough Artemiis and I did. Is that a Master Chief? There was this one
Probably
playthrough
said he's
that
not breaking it.
Artemiis and I did, where when he was staying in my house back home, where he had this huge giant base, and forgot to close the door, and the creepers walked in, and he turned around, hit one creeper, and the door, along with the rest of his base and himself, blew up.
Wow.
The creeper didn't get me.
Pretty damn
The
awesome.
leftover zombies.
And along with your house.
Yeah.
That must be a pretty interesting way to go. Devoured alive as you try to crawl away, severely wounded.
I would start putting logs in those furnaces.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Because then you can start getting hemp seeds too, which is the first step in the tech tree.
Consolidate. Notice the vaguely phallic arrangement of these.
Internally, Artemiis is fuming with
I'm pretty sure it's more than internally. There's a little external fuming here too, that's for sure.
fuck your everything.
I'm not so sure about consolidating the iron ore though, because the cook time is so slow on it now.
It is. Well,
Oh, you're the
fair
Lich
enough.
King, aren't you?
Lich, yes.
Lich, whatever. Dark Knight. Where's the Joker? One of the wolves. Holy shit, it's a fucking creeper. The Lich King. How did you make that? Who made it for you?
Nobody made it for me. I found it on a skin website.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And then someone made it.
I contacted somebody on a skin website and was like, can you do this thing? And they were like, I can do this thing.
That's awesome.
And they were
Free
like,
of
I
charge.
can do this.
They just did it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome.
I mean, I've actually made a skin of
Hey, or
of
somebody get
Idris.
my desk really quick.
Idris from Guild Wars before. It's not terribly difficult. It's just
Not
really
in
exciting.
fucking-
And some
right.
people who are like texture artists, you know, just like to do that stuff sometimes.
Zombies.
Oh, here. Not here,
Don't die.
On that note, though, if you dig too much deeper in here, I would definitely put a torch down.
No, absolutely.
Which is again why I was so bothered by the coal in the furnaces. Coal in the furnaces. Nonsense. Oh, so is this your extension, like down into the bowels of the earth or whatever?
Yeah, in a sense. I need to find more coal at the end, all of it, really.
Yeah, I would look for a surface cave once
You
it gets
think so?
to be light again, because then you can kill some more. If there are any more,
Actually, that's true. It
I
might
swear this guy's got a chicken trap somewhere. I know I heard it. It's just not in this base apparently.
It may very well be in another building.
Like getting sustainable food is like the biggest goal, because once you do that, once you have that, that means you also have the hoe, so you can start doing hemp and get into the tech tree, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so up to 11 iron nuggets, 11 out of 18.
What are we trying to do here?
If he gets 18 iron nuggets, he can make a hoe, which will let him start planting crops,
Gotcha.
and more or less like
Win the game.
win the early game at least.
Indeed.
Advance from the age of stone to the age of wood, tier 1, which I've got pulled up here.
I don't think you're gonna die anytime soon like this.
Probably not.
You would be surprised. You would literally be
That's also
surprised
true.
some of the things that will kill you in this play.
Holy shit, it's a fucking monster.
Which is why I'm so fucking insistent about things like get too far in, put a torch down. You want to go insane standing in the darkness? The
Well, of
gloom?
course.
What is this, amnesia?
Yes, actually.
Relatively close to it, yes.
Take all the terrifying or difficult games and mash them into one and use Minecraft as the format, and you get better than wolves. Like, it's really absorbed a lot of aspects of Don't Starve recently, too.
No zombies.
Yep. I do find it funny how you just block them out completely just by blocking the door with the wood.
Right. I'm not going to take any chances.
Nope.
Because the second I'm down here and I start hearing the door going in is the second that I realize I'm out of luck.
Yep.
Indeed.
There was a playthrough where Icy actually played with Flower Child, the creator of the mod, the conversion, and that was how they ended up dying, was exactly what you just described.
Yeah.
Doing some mining in the back of the base, hear a zombie break down the front door, can't replace it fast enough to stop the tide.
Oh god.
The tide.
The tide.
The ward.
Pull that hole.
And also, like,
that ward.
especially one of the, well, there are a lot of brilliant, like, game design things in the mod, but, like, one of them that really works well, like we saw with me dying previously, is that there's so much interplay between the mob types. You've got your ranged skeleton, your physical zombie, spiders slowing you down, like your goo trap, endermen teleporting, wolves hunting in packs.
Did I ever tell you about the time in my that playthrough I started last time, or last semester, where I was going down the coast on a boat, and the spider happens to shoot a web at me and nails that shot, staring me in my boat in the middle of shallow water, just right next to the coastline, ready to jump on me. He was a douchebag.
Oh, actually, I would go grab a shovel so you can start making dirt.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, cruel world! All right, folks, that's been 2 Better Than Wolves succession rounds for you.
Jones? What the hell, Davy Jones?
Is that the squid?
That was
No,
the
it was a creeper. The stealth assassin. Just as I'm talking about the mob interplay. Well done. You outlasted me by a couple of hours. It was.
Oh, that was
my
good though.
God.
Fuck you, Davy Jones. God damn it.
Okay, so here's what we do: is we click respawn, rejoin your crew. Oh, next player. I feel so sorry for you, buddy.
Mark your chart and abandon ship.
Well, that's been our introduction to Better Than Wolves, friends. We'd be happy to bring you some more videos on the game. It's bloody hard. It's not so bad when it's not large biomes, which is the general version that is balanced for. But The succession game passes on.
Mm.
We'll have to see who's the next player in the list. I'll get that back to the forums as soon as possible.
All right, guys.